Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Prime Time with Alex Stein this evening. There's a lot of stuff happening in D.C. right now, and none of it is very good. The last few weeks, Congress has not had a Speaker of the House. And to be quite honest, I haven't noticed a damn thing different. As a matter of fact, things are probably a little bit better. The reality TV show that we call Washington, D.C. was actually entertaining this week. Seeing multiple candidates run and fail due to sabotage by their own party, it's actually quite beautiful to see this. But unfortunately, they've come to an agreement and they elected Mike Johnson as the Speaker of the House. And I know this is going to get a lot of headlines, but there's a few other nominations that people aren't talking about. For example, Amanda Porker and Anita Bath were just nominated for Secretary of Defense and Secretary of Offense. But my favorite nominee has to be Ben Dover for Secretary of Agriculture. And let's not forget Barry McCockiner. He was also appointed as the head of Homeland Security. So I can't believe I'm saying this, but Mike Johnson being nominated is actually good for our country. Now, if we could just get Connie Lingus to run for president, we might be able to actually fix all the problems America is facing today. Now, let's start the show.
I'm so fly, I'm aligned with the planes. My grind so refined, I got no time for no games. Ask yourself why would I make time for you lames? At all costs, cause I'm a boss. But break them off, yeah, gotta break them off.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Prime Time with Alex Stein. I'm your host, Alejandro Stein. And folks, we got a barn burner for y'all this evening. We have an incredible comedian, guys. And he's not just a comedian, he's actually also an author. You've seen him all over the internet. The guy's got billions of views. And if you don't know him, you've been living under a rock. We welcome on the great JP Sears.
Hi. Good to be here with you, Alex. Him.
That's what we know. We want your pronouns. It's very important on the show because we don't want to ever, dead name or anything. This is a very LGBTQ, IA plus friendly show.
Can I tell you something?
Please.
I feel as we start your show, I figure like now's a good time to hijack it. For a while, I was so into supporting the LGBTQ movement.
Yes.
I've done some rethinking. I was going to all the meetings and the groups.
You were going to most of the meetings. I remember that. You were leading some of the meetings.
Yeah, and you were there like counter-protesting.
I was counter-protesting it a lot, yes, but okay.
So a few months into it, I was there in the basement at the LGBTQ meeting, and it dawned on me. I was looking around just like, what? I don't think the Q stands for QAnon. Most of these people don't look like they're waiting for Trump to activate his secret military to legally retake control of the country and save us from evil. They were into some other weird stuff, but they thought I was the crazy one.
Wow, that makes a lot of sense. But what if the Q drops were, so that makes sense, were the Q drops gay now? Was QAnon gay?
I'm not convinced that Jesus and QAnon were different people.
Oh,
Let's just
my
say
gosh. JP, you're one of the smartest individuals I've ever met.
Thank
I mean
you.
that. I mean, I know you've been creating content. You have a very good point of view, but I'm drinking the JP Sears Kool-Aid this evening, my friend.
Yeah.
All right, now.
$50 super chat.
How did we get a $50 super chat already? How is that even possible?
I don't know. It says Sam
in this
JD.
economy, we got a $50 super chat.
I know.
Can we send that to Ukraine?
Yeah.
It's a JP Sears fan.
Oh, it's a JP Sears fan.
Sam JD. Let JP take over your show, heart.
Can I have the money?
Yes, we'll give it to you.
Well, actually, we need to talk business first. Let's just get it. Let's get the graphic up.
So God.
JP,
Okay. It's funny.
No. Let me explain, and then
Yeah,
I'll
I
let
love
you
that
talk,
picture.
Alex.
Well, first, before I let you talk, though, but did you preface JP on this fight at all?
So I just said that this is the promo graphic I picked, and I said, do you like it? And what, JP, do you like this promo graphic? Because Alex told me that I did a terrible job picking the photo. He said you looked cross-eyed and bad, and that you would never reshare it. So JP, let's settle this once and for all. Did I do a bad job? Did I pick the wrong photo?
This is a good photo. That's actually the photo for the cover of my comedy special. Like literally my heart and soul went into this work, and that photo's like the main expression of it. And I thought I looked decent. So you think I look what, cross-eyed and ugly in that?
Yes, I said you look a little cross-eyed, and this is why I think that it's important that Jimmy learns this lesson. Jimmy, have you ever been a guest on a podcast ever in your life?
Yes.
No, but really, have you ever actually been?
Yes, I have.
A podcast with more than like 5 viewers?
Yes.
Whose podcast?
I went on John Burke with you, and then I
That doesn't
did
count.
that,
If you go on the podcast with me, that doesn't count. I'm talking about you solo. Have you ever been on a podcast where they make you a graphic to share before?
Mm-hmm.
What graphic?
It was, I forget, I can't even remember the name. It's the guy who has the mansion. You went on his show after.
And I think you told me the reason he had you on the show because he wanted to get me on the show.
Probably.
So once again, it's connected to me. Something non-connected to you, but this is why we made a huge stink, and now it's the whole beginning of the show. I go on as a guest a lot. Probably not as much as you, JP, because you're a much bigger internet personality than me. But they always use unflattering pictures of me. All the time. That's the thumbnail. I got the double chin. I got the eyes kind of, looking like this and that. And it's very frustrating because I don't want to complain, right? And so, Jimmy, how many times have I told you to use flattering pictures of our guests?
You say a lot, but luckily this was his approved marketing photo.
I
but you
literally
disagreed.
think that's the most flattering picture of me. So, like, what about that? Is it because I have red hair? Are you ginger phobic, Alex?
I love redhead women, actually. No, on a serious note, I kind of am attracted to redhead, so I kind of have a fetish, and you're kind of tricking me a little bit. I'm getting kind of weird vibes.
I identify as a woman.
As I'm saying,
so-
I'm getting sexually confused, but that's neither here nor there. My whole point is, you think that's a flattering picture?
Well, not anymore.
Yeah, you shouldn't, because JP, you're strong, you're ripped, you're great. JP, I mean, I want Jimmy to use a picture of you shirtless. I want your best picture. I want your Vogue cover, not your comedy special cover. But now that it's all said and done, you did share it, because I told Jimmy, I said, you're not going to share it. You're not going to share it.
That was reverse psychology. It got me to share it.
Damn. Well, Jimmy, okay, you win this one. And my producer went to Princeton. He thinks he's so smart.
Princeton.
Yes. What do you think about Ivy League people?
I think very low of them.
You should.
Not Jimmy, but like all the others.
Well, Jimmy, tell him, really, Jimmy, you should be thanking me, because Jimmy, actually, because of me, that's why he got his wife pregnant. I actually put Jimmy through gay conversion therapy, and
Nice.
he's one of my best success stories.
So it worked.
It worked on him, yes.
You prayed the gay away.
We prayed the gay.
Is it more a matter of praying the gay away or praying the hetero in?
I'll show you. Come here, Darius. Hurry. Ready? Hold hands. This is what you do. You go, I don't want to be gay today. 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 I don't want to be gay today.
Nice.
It's that easy.
And then Jesus.
I love women
Vanishes
now.
the
Hey, I do have
You
to
love
say,
women, Darius?
Hell yeah.
It worked.
Tell him about the glory hole, Darius. Tell him about your favorite experience in the glory. He loves women, but one time, tell JP about the time you went to a glory hole and then you don't know who was on the other end.
Well, you know how it is when you're young.
I do.
You
do
weren't
things.
that young, though, were you?
Well, yeah, I was in my 20s.
Oh, okay.
Early 20s,
When you were in your
think about
20s,
hard-on things happen.
When you were in your 20s, did you ever put your genitals into an anonymous hole and then let another woman or man on the other end give you any sort of pleasure?
No, that was more like in my early 40s.
Didn't know anything
in
about
now.
it in advance. It was just something spontaneous that I came upon, and
Yeah.
what the fuck,
Glory hole's not going to hole itself, is it?
Yeah, I guess if there is a glory hole, we do need people to use them. We don't want these glory holes to go unused.
Drop the 4-load minimum,
Yeah.
4 loads? How do you have that many in one session?
Well, in your early 20s, yeah.
Within 1 hour? Were you dehydrated?
No. when you're
I
21.
like the science behind that.
I just don't know how you could have that much fluid without getting some sort of dehydration. And honestly, this man right here is crazy. Do you remember the time? Tell him about the time I fed you the banana. Tell him why I fed you the
no,
banana.
let's not talk about
It was because
that.
of
Let's
my
pretend that
potassium
didn't happen.
deficiency.
Yeah.
I think that might have been the show I was on with Skype. That
Was
seems-
that the episode that he was
think
on?
so.
Oh, that was our most viral episode. And I fed him a banana, not in a sexual manner, not in a homosexual manner. It's because, not in a racial manner, he has terrible potassium deficiency. He's always at glory holes. He's losing fluid like crazy. The man's cramping on set. So I gave him a medical banana. It's just simple. You guys have it all the time. And then, no, not that. We're getting in trouble. No, don't.
No,
No, Darius, don't.
Darius, don't let him do that.
Do not do that.
Have some self-respect.
Don't do it, Darius. All right, thank you. Do not do that. All right, you're good. You can go over there. Good job.
Thank you, Darius.
I don't know if you scared JP enough, but we have some other time in the episode. All right, so now our Princeton grad, he comes up with these great caption contests. Let's run through that real quick. All right, this is me getting pelted in my jockstrap with a broom while the man wearing a scream mask. And I'll be honest, this is one of my fetishes, so I actually quite enjoyed this. But I don't know if the audience enjoyed it. Jimmy, do you think the audience enjoyed watching me get hit like that?
I know Brandon and I enjoyed it.
Y'all did like that?
Yeah, Brandon was on the floor laughing.
He was laughing that much at me getting hit like that.
Well, because when we practiced it in rehearsal, you told White Darius to do a light tap, and then live on the show, he just whacked you. And it was
White
hilarious.
Darius, go to my office and get my bag, the camo bag. It has my boxing stuff. Hurry, run and go get it now. At the end of the episode, I'm gonna hit you in the penis. Okay, now let's go through the comments. Comment number 1, Jimmy.
Gary 2124. Incredibly impressive he could hit such a small target with that mask on.
That's pretty good.
Okay, now block that person. Who is that? Gary 2124. Block them.
Okay, I'll block him.
All right, thank you. Next person.
Number 2, average Mongolian. Millennial ghost face using a magic wand to get rid of Alex's peanuts.
Okay, that's okay. Who did that one?
Average Mongolian.
Okay.
It had the most likes. I didn't get it.
Genghis Khan kind of
I
guy?
guess. I like Genghis Grill, though. Have you ever eaten a Genghis Grill?
I haven't, no.
Mongolian style. It's all you can eat. I love buffets. But
Not into any Genghises.
All right, number 3 at JDC 12186. Wow, the dust down there. When's the last time that was used?
Oh, so I never get laid, and now they block them as well. Who is that? I want to add them.
JDC 12186.
Block them permanently.
Got it.
All right, number 4.
From Zergle Jerk. We've been at this for hours. Am I a girl yet?
Now that one's pretty good. I like that. That's public gender reassignment surgery. I love those jokes. So Zerg Jerk. I don't like that name. What is it? Zergle Jerk.
Zergle Jerk.
You know what that's supposed to mean, Jimmy?
Can you educate me?
No, I can't.
No, they told me not to talk about this at gay conversion therapy.
That's true. See? It's
That's
working.
It's
it's
that's
working.
a Canadian name from the Saskatchewan area.
Gosh, we're getting a lot of different ethnicities. Okay, guys, you decide 1, 2, 3, or 4. We're going to put a poll in the chat. Make sure to vote. Number 1, incredibly impressive. Number 2, millennial ghost face. Number 3, wow, the dust down there. Number 4, we've been at this for hours. Am I a girl yet? You know my favorite was number 4, but you decide, and we're going to let you guys be the one that actually makes the winner. So now let's get into this show. Jimmy.
Yes,
Do I have to do the ad read right now?
you do.
Oh my gosh. I just want to start the show finally, and now I got to do the ad read?
Well, that's the beauty and curse of starting to get more sponsors, because usually we don't have anything.
Oh, that's good. Sponsors are good.
Yeah, I know. I'm realizing
Is this?
that.
Oh, is this the Pfizer ad read you were talking about?
But we do love Pfizer, and we love Tony Fauci. And remember, guys,
All hail.
it's safe, it's effective, and it's time to get your booster. All right. Gentlemen, across the nation, I have an urgent message for you. This episode is brought to you by Manscaped. The brand that took your balls to space is now launching them into the ultra sphere. Introducing the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra, featuring a new cutting-edge design and next-generation dual skin-safe blade heads for different shaves. It's pretty much a spaceship to take your boys downstairs to the next level. Join the 9 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with the brand new Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra by going to manscaped.com for 20% off plus free shipping with the code ALEX. High tech for low places. Manscaped. Now, I'll be honest, guys, I'm a hairy Mongolian gorilla myself. And we're talking about Genghis Grill. We're talking about all-you-can-eat buffet. When the ladies see me, they have an all-you-can-eat hair buffet. But thankfully, Manscaped solved that problem. So now when I'm naked, I don't look like a grizzly bear. I look actually like an OnlyFans model, so similar to an OnlyFans model, not exactly like that. But if you guys want to look that way yourselves, make sure to use the code ALEX to get that 20% off. So go to manscaped.com, use the code ALEX. That's 20% off plus free shipping. Your balls have been through enough. It's time to go ultra with Manscaped.
Ever tell you about how you changed my life?
No, how?
So there is nothing more humiliating, embarrassing, and shameful than having red pubes.
Yes.
But luckily, using code ALEX helped me out of that dilemma.
Jimmy, we helped out a legendary comedian like JP Sears. Give yourselves a round of applause, Manscaped. Gosh almighty. Okay, now let's get to the nitty gritty. JP, we heard that you are the best children's author since J.K. Rowling. Is that true or false?
Fact check true.
Fact check true.
Yeah.
It's because you're standing against the trans agenda as well?
Basically, standing for good morals, pro-God, pro-America, embedded in entertaining children's stories. So yes, very happy to have the release of my first children's book out. It's called Chomp Chomp Chomp, available at bravebooks.com.
Everybody go to bravebooks.com. Now, I wrote this book. I don't know if you can see it. It's called, this is my book. It's called They Call Me Retard, and it's my autobiography about my life. I had a ghostwriter write it because I'm too retarded to write. But if you guys want to get this book, it's actually outlawed. You have to go to Germany to buy this book and Lithuania. But if you're in those countries, you can still order this on Amazon.com. There's a lot of Holocaust references in this, and they don't like that, apparently. Yeah, my whole...
They're deniers.
No, I'm of the opinion that 60 million people died, and they get mad at me for that. I think more people died than they say.
Wouldn't surprise me. Allegedly, Mao killed up to 80 million people, so Hitler being what?
Hitler was bad! No, we want to say this. Hitler was bad. For all you Nick Fuentes fans out there, Hitler was bad. Remember that. Mark that down. Put that down. YouTube, if you're watching, we hate that guy. We hate painters from Austria. We don't like guys with little mustaches.
He's a vegetarian.
I'm a vegetarian now. You're already getting into the vegetarian talk. No, now JP, now.
Are you really a vegetarian?
Listen, I gotta work out because you're getting me heated. This is what I do when I'm about to get into my mode. I'm gonna get in one of my moods. So.
You have more energy than a normal vegetarian.
Well, it's because I'm not a normal vegetarian. I eat eggs and I eat a lot of, I don't drink
fentanyl.
Fentanyl is what keeps me motivated, and the methamphetamine helps when I mix it together. But listen, I get a lot of hate for this in the conservative world. Like, you know how this is a comedy show, but on a serious note, everybody makes fun of me. They're like, oh, you don't eat meat, you don't eat meat, you don't eat meat. I get that. I used to eat a ton of meat. But there got to a point where I was doing the keto, and I was in better shape than I was now, so maybe actually that does say something, where I think I was overeating meat. Have you ever had that? Do you have the carnivore diet? Are you a carnivore diet guy?
I'm, kind of more paleo-ish. I do eat a lot of meat, and I firmly believe you can absolutely overdo anything. I do consider meat, especially like grass-fed, regenerative farm.
That's great meat. That's good meat.
It's great. But you can also overdo that for your physiology. You can overdo water. You can actually die from hyponatremia if you overdo water.
That happened at SMU. They had a pledge at one of the fraternities. They had a water drinking contest, and a kid actually died from drinking too much water.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, no, that's actually real. So, but to the meat thing, for me, if it's grass-fed or you hunt it, you kill a deer that's running in the woods, I think that's good meat. And I buy meat. I have cats, I got dogs, so I have to buy meat. I'm not anti-meat. I don't think you guys should stop eating meat. One thing I would say, I don't think you have to eat meat for every meal. So I'm not trying to put my lifestyle on you, but I was doing the keto where I was eating tons of meat, and I was constipated a lot.
Yeah.
You ever have that problem from eating a lot of meat?
No, because I don't just eat meat, so I haven't suffered from the constipation. But here's what makes me suspicious about you.
Please.
For one, you eat eggs, and I think eggs are probably the best food on the planet.
I eat eggs every day.
So you're kind of like you sort of eat meat, but you identify as a vegetarian. I like it.
Yes, I'm a trans vegetarian.
Yeah. But the other thing that makes me suspicious, our friend Bill Gates.
Yes.
YouTube, he is great.
We love you,
He's
Bill.
a well-qualified doctor with no medical training. All hail Bill. I trust him unequivocally.
Yes, Bill.
So with that said, Bill is very intent on getting people to stop eating meat, as is the World Economic Forum, Klaus Schwab, which makes me suspicious.
I'm eating bugs.
This is Jimmy. He eats freeze-dried bugs because he's already getting ready for Agenda 2030.
Dang.
Yeah, he loves Klaus Schwab. Tell him that's an actual freeze-dried ant. Eat it, Jimmy. Eat it.
Klaus Schwab would be
really
happy.
good. We
Okay,
got it as a bit, but I like them.
So, sorry to cut you off. Keep going about Bill Gates. I'm really loving this.
So, the fact that Bill and the World Economic Forum, like globalist reptilian people, are so desperate to get people to stop eating meat, it just makes me more, like I believe more than ever that meat is important to eat.
Yes.
Because I think they want to weaken people, because weak people are easier to control. If you keep a vital protein source away from people, They're going to be weaker.
I agree. I agree with that wholeheartedly. I think they want us fat, dumb. They just want you to eat genetically modified food. And I'm against synthetic meat. Like I've had Impossible burgers, but I don't eat any of the Impossible stuff. I mean,
That's just garbage.
I mean, it's garbage. But I'm saying I've had it before. Like you've had the fake chicken. It's almost better just to have a piece of pizza. Or I get the veggie burger that's made with like corn and actual vegetables. Doesn't taste very good, but that is what I eat. My whole point is I watched that stupid documentary called Game Changers, and in that, they talk about the negative. And I'm all about vibrational energy. I'm trying to be high vibrational. Sometimes I get stuck in a low vibrational loop. But when these animals are being factory farmed and they see their friends die, they release adrenaline, and that adrenalized blood goes into our body. And this, when you get a hamburger at McDonald's, it's possible that one single burger that you have, that quarter pounder that tastes so good, could have meat from over 1,000 different cows.
That's awesome. And, even the most passionate meat eater that I know doesn't recommend factory farm meat. Also like factory farm vegetables and plants.
It's terrible.
Don't recommend either. But I will tell you this. One of the reasons why, probably the main reason why people should consider eating the fake meat alternatives like tofurkey, it's very, very supportive of an oppressed food community. Because I think, for instance, like tofurkey, it's like the transgender of the food community. It's like, I used to be a plant, but now I identify as meat.
I like that, the trans food. And then also another trans joke, Delta 8. I don't know if you're a Delta 8 fan, but Delta 8 is a transgender version of weed, so stay off that stuff. Yeah, I know. Darius, he's hooked up. Come here, Darius. Run here. Come here. Tell JP about how much Delta 8. Now, are you on Delta 8 right now?
Yeah, just one on this occasion. That's why I'm so mellow.
Is that why you're mellow?
Like I said, this one's strong, but if you just have one, you can't tell.
I can tell a little bit. Can you tell that he's high on synthetic marijuana?
He's not even looking at me right now. Darius, are you aware you're facing a blank wall right now?
Yeah, you're not.
Like, do you have the person hallucinating that you're talking to actual people?
Not the least bit. I'm just extra mellow.
All right, get offset.
All right, we got a couple super chats. One has to do with Darius. One, Stefan Kalin asked Jimmy why his wife isn't scheduled for pre-planned C-section. And JP, do you think non-cesarean births are genital mutilation?
The question was, do I think non-cesarean section births are genital mutilation?
Like regular birth, is that considered genital mutilation?
Well, I'm still confused by the question. A regular birth is considered genital mutilation, or the cesarean, the C-section?
JP, what do you think about non-cesarean birth being genital mutilation?
Yeah, so I think non-cesarean, yeah, there's a lot of wisdom in that question, because I watched my wife give birth and wow, I'm still traumatized by it. Her genitals were mutilated by the little guy coming out. So it's like kids are the babies, are the originators of genital mutilation.
Well, honestly, I am all about female circumcision. I'm actually thinking about moving to Afghanistan, because if I have a daughter, like if I was Jimmy and I was going to have a daughter, I would definitely go there. Because Jimmy, can you give your daughter a female circumcision in America?
I think it's very frowned upon.
Is it frowned upon?
You have to declare that my daughter is trans, and then they can mess around down there.
Yeah, I think if you declare they're trans, then you can circumcise, you can mutilate.
You can do whatever you want. You can mastectomate.
Yeah, you can.
That's my favorite one.
Ruin their health.
Yeah, when they chop off, like Chloe Cole, when they removed her breast, that was very empowering for all of us.
Okay, and one more $20 super chat. We can answer this later, but Bad Buddhist said, can JP do more push-ups than Darius? I'm going to say
obviously yes. JP can do more push-ups than all of us combined, but maybe we'll have Darius do some push-ups to see how bad his form is. Okay. What?
Well, I was going to say your vegetarian talk actually goes into our next segment, because I included the theme of two vegetarian comedians find their big booty Latina. Alex, why don't you tell them about the children's story we wrote and I turned into a video?
I'll tell you all about it. So JP, I know you're an incredible author. You're an incredible comedian. I know you sell out comedy clubs. You have 3 million subscribers, and but I'll be honest, I want to be like you.
Oh, thank you.
You're very welcome.
That's nice.
I aspire to be like you. And when I heard that you're writing a children's book, I said, Jimmy, write one right now. And what did Jimmy do? Because we don't know how to write, he went to artificial intelligence, and he had them write it, right? Jimmy, you had robots write this?
Yeah, I used ChatGPT, and then I used an AI video maker to make an illustration
All right, so this is the story of two young comedians in the search for their favorite big booty Latina. Let's roll the tape.
Upon a time in a quirky little town, two comedians, JP Sears and Alex Stein, embarked on a hilarious quest.
You can't hear this, JP.
They were in
Can't
search
hear.
of the perfect big booty Latina.
No, let me fix it.
Someone who
Okay,
shared
Chris, can we fix his mic real quick?
You kind of, the robot voice, or it's not really a robot voice, but it makes it
Now
funny.
you got it? Okay, you got to click it. Okay, can you hear it? Let's play it. Let's play it now, see if we can hear
Well,
it.
can you start over? Yeah,
let's see.
perfect.
Now
Here
let's
we
see.
go.
Upon a time in a quirky little town, two comedians, JP Sears and Alex Stein, embarked on a hilarious quest. They were in search of the perfect big booty Latina, someone who shared their unique sense of humor and their love for all things vegan. One sunny day, they heard about an intense Gays for Palestine rally happening in town.
No.
They thought, what better place to find someone with a great sense of humor, a passion for veganism, and most importantly...
Well, I guess we got to get off. We're having a little technical difficulties. This is a live show. For all you people at home, this isn't live. This is pre-recorded. False. That's why we have to fix it live. Okay, let's just...
Got a $20 super chat we'll just address while we're getting it.
Okay, let's address the super chat.
Sexy Penguin 6969 said, I thought Carrot Top died in a plane crash.
What are you doing? Aiden, what did I say? Come here, Aiden. Aiden, come here. What did I say? What did I say before the show? What did I say before? No, sit down. Sit down. Yeah. Show me. What did I say before the show about walking on set when I didn't call you to come on set?
Don't do it.
Okay, Aiden is fired. Aiden's fired. Get off the set. Get off the set. You're fired, Aiden. Good job.
All right, JP, how are you? Is the audio better for JP?
Let's try it now. Let's try it now.
Upon a time in a quirky little town, two comedians, JP Sears and Alex Stein, embarked on a hilarious quest. They were in search of the perfect big booty Latina.
Yes, we were.
Someone who shared their unique sense of humor and their love for all things vegan. One sunny day, they heard about an intense Gays for Palestine rally happening in town.
Yep.
They thought, what better place to find someone with a great sense of humor, a passion for veganism, and most importantly, be a big booty Latina. With excitement in their hearts and Gays for Palestine on their minds, they headed to the protest. The crowd was chanting and holding signs, but JP and Alex saw something even more captivating. A big booty Latina named Sophia.
Yes, we did.
Sophia had a sign that read, "Make tofu, not war." When JP told one of his witty jokes about being a man dressed in a women's bathing suit, Sophia burst into laughter. It was music to their ears. Alex chimed in with a joke about shoving broccoli into his rectum, and Sophia giggled again. JP and Alex knew they had found someone special, a very special big booty Latina. They joined Sophia in the protest, making everyone laugh with their jokes about being vegan and how much Hamas hates butt sex. They laughed so much that even the angriest Gays for Palestine protesters couldn't help but smile. As the sun set, JP, Alex, and Sophia snacks and more laughs. It was a match made in heaven, the perfect three-way, aka throuple. 2 parts white, 1 part big booty Latina. Even though throuples are still stigmatized in today's society, they knew they could make it. They realized that sometimes, when you least expect it, you find the perfect big booty Latina at a Gays for Palestine rally. And so the throuple continued to attend Gays for Palestine rallies, making people laugh, spreading veganism, and sharing their love for insensitive jokes about Hamas having intercourse with goats. They proved that love could conquer all, even when liberal arts college students who stand for Gays for Palestine want you to get hit by a truck. And they all lived humorously ever after.
Wow, what a beautiful story, JP. Do you think we're going to sell any of those books?
I think so. I think one of the best things about that book, like you're cutting the mold, you're innovating. Like that book is like in video form. A lot of books these days, it's like written words on a page.
I hate those.
Sometimes
I hate those type of books.
So dumb. So nonetheless, that story, it's riveting. It has the tale of an underdog overcoming massive adversity. There's unity.
2 underdogs in a way.
Yes.
2
2 underdogs.
2 protagonists.
Doing doggy style.
Yes! Guys, JP knows it's 2 dogs doing doggy style for veganism at the Gays for Palestine rally with big booty Latinas. It's one of the most brilliant, beautiful stories that has ever been told, in my opinion. But, I'm a little biased, of course, because it's about myself. But I'm a pimp on a blimp. It's hard for anything that I touch not to turn into pure gold, or at least silver. All right, so with that story, can you tell us a little bit about Chomp Chomp Chomp? What is the story about?
Yes. So I've got a 3-year-old little boy, and if there was only one message I could teach him as his father, what I think is the most important lesson would be, dear son, always do your own thinking, be in touch with your heart, and have the courage to follow your heart and your thinking. So that's the message embedded in Chomp Chomp Chomp. I wanted to bring it to families all over the place. And the story, it involves peer pressure in the landscape of social media. You see the main character violate her own thinking and suffer the consequences. Then you see the story of redemption, the reward of having the courage to do your own thinking and follow that. So I think in our world, we have a peer pressure problem.
For sure.
With kids, yes. Adults, absolutely. The last 3 years, we've seen a massive amount of adults exemplifying they didn't get this lesson when they were kids, because peer pressure in our adult world the past few years, we call that obedience and compliance. And whether it's a kid or an adult, nobody's going to be happy and have meaning and feel on purpose throughout life if you're betraying your own thinking in order to go with the herd. So I feel very passionate about this message, because if we're a slave to peer pressure, we are not a free people. And nobody can change that but us. So with all the dangerous propaganda, degenerative ideologies in Hollywood, children's books, schools, we know we need to protect kids from this, but we also need to create positive alternatives that will instill good morals and values, pro-America thinking for our children. So that's why I read the book.
Well, first of all, a lot of what that said is I love these signs. I love following these signs. So I actually am a little different. I think that we probably should follow peer pressure, because that's why I started using crack cocaine, because I was hanging out with Hunter Biden. He's like, dude, if you don't do this, my dad is going to throw you in jail. And so in a way, it is good to succumb to peer pressure. But on a serious note, what I think is the problem is not just peer pressure. You're very right. But it's even worse than peer pressure. We, as human beings, and one thing when my life actually started getting better, I know we're joking around, is when I stopped worrying about the opinions of strangers. Yes. How do you feel about that? Like, I feel like we always worry about these opinions, but a stranger might not like you anyway. Even if you try to appease them as much as you can, they might not like you. So I think that that's why it's so poignant in your book. It's about making the decision that you feel is right, because most of the time, we're making these people that are following the leader, they're making decisions because they want to please people that don't even care if they please them.
100%. Like trying to please people, caring about the opinions of strangers, even caring about the opinions of people you know. If you put too much weight in that, what we're doing is outsourcing our self-esteem to someone else, which makes it someone else's esteem, which means we're in a powerless state. So we always go after, left unchecked, if we don't learn the good lessons of doing our own thinking, following our heart, and having the courage to let our actions follow through on that, we become approval addicts. Yeah. We're looking for the approval of other people while trying to avoid their disapproval. But approval is a really worthless currency.
No, that is brilliantly said. We're always looking for approval from people. Wow. And I feel like on a serious note, I kind of fall victim to that. I'm sure you do as a content creator. I'm like, are people going to like this? Should I edit it this way? Are they going to approve of it? And oftentimes I just kind of go with my gut. I think that's kind of the story that you're trying to express to young people in this story. But still, I'm like, are they going to approve of this? Is this approvable? And it's weird how we do chase that.
Yeah, and that makes you a human. And I still have that, voice in my head, wondering about people's approval. That makes you a human. But the difference is that voice in your head, in the driver's seat of your car, or is it in the passenger seat? Or is it in the back seat? Or have you put it in the trunk? But it's definitely very human to be cognizant of people's approval. And if you don't get it, that can hurt, but it's also a warrior, courageous human that's willing to go through that level of discomfort and do their own thinking.
That's what I felt when I made this graphic. I went with my gut.
And you were right for once, Jimmy. That's the first time you've ever been right, Jimmy. So congratulations. Everybody clap for Jimmy. He got it right one time. One time, Jimmy,
It's
you're
a big
right.
day for me.
And speaking of Jimmy, you know, Jimmy has very soft semen. He's actually about to be a father, and he had a girl, and it's actually a huge girl. Isn't the baby already considered obese for an 8-month-old?
Yeah, it's funny you say that. It actually is in like the 91st percentile, and my
Do you
wife
have a
is
fat
very
baby?
worried. Well, I
you have a
fat
big booty
baby.
Latina? You have a
really
little
fat
baby booty Latina? A big booty?
Can I ask you a question about Jimmy's baby,
Yeah,
Alex?
of course. Yes. Thank you for
With Jimmy's fat baby, have they decided the gender yet?
No, and I keep telling them that we need to have a trans baby because I've become part of this relationship. You know, honestly, Darius might be the dad. Jimmy doesn't want to admit that. Carrie doesn't want to admit that. I don't even want to admit that. Darius will tell you all day long he's the dad, but that's neither here nor there. We're going to find out if that baby comes out and it looks like chocolate milk. It's the same color of chocolate milk. We will know. But Jimmy, would you be willing? Are you dedicated enough to the show to have a trans baby?
Absolutely. I mean, I'm going to encourage my daughter to be trans. You know the kind of content that would be?
And, dude, have you seen all those NCAA kickers going viral? Like that one woman, she kicked it 14 yards, Jimmy, and that was the biggest video they played on ESPN.
Well, she would have to stay a girl for that, unless it was a
No. You can be non-binary and play football.
Oh, non-binary. No, like that NBA ref.
Yes, that new NBA ref is non-binary.
I just heard about that today.
Yes.
I don't know the details. Wait, a trans non-binary ref, which means they've changed their gender, trans, but also non-binary, so they don't identify as any gender.
Makes total sense.
It does.
It makes a lot of sense. I mean, some of the most sensical thinking that. I mean, listen, I'm trans, you're trans, I'm non-binary, you're non-binary. Who gives a crap? I mean, what am I really? I think both you and I both have. I played trans characters. I'm trans every day. Alexandria, I let my freak flag fly every day. Where is this? I'm so proud to be trans. I love it. That's why sometimes I get this flag and I go, I love transgenderism.
I don't think binariness needs to be binary. I mean, to me, it's more of a spectrum, like binary or non-binary. Like, I'm a little fluid with it. Like, I'm sometimes a little bit binary. Sometimes I'm medium binariness. And like, you know, I like to take care of my health. So I get like my hormone levels checked and my vitamin levels checked.
You're
and
taking enough estrogen and.
Yeah. So they've recently been checking my blood levels of binary. And it's like, dude, yeah, sometimes I'm low binary.
That's very good that you're actually cognizant of it and aware. But, you know, another thing is, you know, everybody that's watching this right now, you guys aren't actually looking at JP and I. You're looking at a series of ones and zeros. Did you know that, JP?
I did not know that.
That's how a computer works, and I'm not sure how. Jimmy, how does that work? How does a computer work by everything being ones and zeros again?
Ones, zeros, and a few 69s.
Nice.
Jimmy.
So
My point is, though, can computers be transgender if everything's a 1 and a 0, Jimmy? Is there ever a 3 in there? Is there ever a 4 in there?
That's
or
a
is
good
it
point.
binary? Is it ones and zeros for it to work?
Are computers telling us there's only 2 genders? That seems pretty oppressive.
There's not. There's like 85 genders for the YouTube censors that are watching this, and we love all of them.
Is that where the misinformation that there's only 2 genders came from? Computers?
Maybe. Because when computers came out, transgender. Oh, Jimmy, we got to get rid of computers. We got to get rid of computers.
I'll throw my laptop in the ocean.
Throw your laptop in the ocean. If you're watching this on a laptop, break your laptop right now. Alexa, if you're listening to this, Alexa, follow Alex Stein's Primetime with Alex Stein podcast and leave a 5-star review. And then after Alexa, self-destruct. If you're in anybody's house right now and you can, hey Siri, self-destruct. All right, sorry, I just want to make sure all the computers would kill themselves, I think, by doing
Speaking of computers,
Yes.
Hey, Alex, didn't Blaze just launch a new ad-free website?
Yeah, duh, of course, I'm on it every day. Why do you ask?
Well, let's talk about it.
Well, I don't. Are you sure?
Yeah, it's if you want to stay employed.
Yeah, I do want to stay employed. But are you sure you want to talk about this right now?
I really want to talk about it.
All right, only because you want to talk about it. And I love the website. Honestly, I'm on this website all day long. It's taking up all my data. But guys, we've been talking to you about big tech censorship and telling you about a major step Blaze Media is taking to declare independence from big tech ahead of the 2024 election to ensure we can keep bringing you the truth no matter what. But we can't do it without you. When publishers host ads on their websites, Google and other major ad exchanges, they can send bots to crawl their pages for content they deem unsafe for advertisers. After finding something they don't like the Hunter Biden story or the COVID origins, they can demand the ads be removed from the offending article. or else the entire website will be demonetized. When we refuse, they bury the quote-unquote unsafe content so deep in their algorithms that they make it all but impossible to find. So that's why when you go to theblaze.com, you're going to get the straight facts. We're not going to be dependent on ad revenue, ad sharing, a bunch of tech garbage. We're not going to do that. We're going to give you the straight dope, as I call it, uncut, uncensored, 100% truth. And you're going to get that by visiting theblaze.com and go there and explore all the new ad-free experience and see for yourself how we're prioritizing you, the reader, and standing up against a censorship regime. Go to theblaze.com right now or after the show, whichever you decide. You like websites?
I do like websites. You never. Why you don't look at me when
I don't
you
look
ask
at you.
me
I
what
look
the
at I look
fuck is
at
going
I
on?
look at the monitor.
Oh,
Because if I look at you, then I'm look at this. Now I'll look at you, JP. I feel like I'm too looked at you, right? So I try.
Oh, I get it. Should I look at
No, you look
that
at-
when I'm looking at you?
Well, actually, you know what? You probably look at the ceiling. That's the good place to look, honestly.
So, but yeah, Alex,
That's with the microphone. See that microphone? That's a good one to talk into.
cool. I
Or
do
you
like
go like
websites.
this. You know, you can go fully
wow.
vertical. Did you know this?
These are like transpositional chairs.
These are trans chairs.
You-
Jimmy, this is
You
the
just lean back.
This is a
Wow.
trans episode. Look at this.
Wow. You're looking at me though.
Yeah, now I am. Now I'm stuck looking at you. Okay, so are you familiar with Congressman Jamaal Bowman out in New York City? He's actually a member of the squad.
I don't have much familiarity with him.
Well, you're about to learn a whole bunch about him. He just got charged with a hate crime for Jimmy. What was the hate crime again?
Pulling a fire alarm when there was no fire.
Oh, he was that guy.
He was that guy. So what? I don't know why Darius gave me his IFB, but I unplugged mine, so I can't hear anything. Jamaal, come on set. Hurry, Jamaal, hurry. Now say your name is Jamaal Bowman.
This is Jamaal Bowman. Good evening.
And tell us about what you learned by pulling that fire extinguisher, and tell us a little bit about fire safety.
Fire safety is the #1 safety protocol because besides smoking, which leads a lot of the fires, fire deaths are the highest cause of death.
They are?
You know,
Fire deaths are the leading cause of death?
it's not the leading cause of death point blank, but it's the leading cause of death, when it comes to, anything safety.
Are you sure?
Positive.
So, Jamaal, tell us about what you learned from being charged criminally. Is this your first criminal case, or have you been to jail a bunch?
This is the first one, the first official one. Anyhow, can't talk about the other ones.
Why not?
Gag order,
Okay, well, let me see this real quick. How do I make this work? Can I spray you with this?
We don't make it work.
What if I want to spray him with
This was the first time we got it. Oh gosh, no, seriously, do not.
Should we not spray him in his
Kinda
penis?
does look
No,
like
you're
he's on
not supposed to
fire.
spray it at all because it gets chemicals in people's eyes and then they get in trouble.
Gosh, can I not spray? Okay, open your pants. I'll spray in his pants.
Just light something on fire.
Put
I'd
it in
rather.
his pants. Put this in your pants.
No, that's actually dangerous. Oh, whatever. Fuck it.
It got all over your Jordans. Show his Jordans though. Whoa! Oh crap! It's still spilling out. Okay, stay on set so we can vacuum this. So you're gonna have to just hang out on set. How does your penis feel? Is the penis okay? Okay, well we're gonna have to clean. I bought those Jordans. Get a close up of these Jordans. We just ruined these Jordans, Jimmy.
Oh my gosh.
Jimmy!
It looks like baby powder.
Jimmy! Look at these
lemonade
Jordans!
Looks like pink lemonade Kool-Aid.
Yeah, it does.
Gosh, are you
Wow.
okay? Here, let me do one more. Let me just see what it looks like on the outside. Hold on. Just one. Ready? Oh, gosh. How does that feel? Is that okay? You guys did? Jimmy, get a little close up here. Come in close, Trav. Just get a real close up of this. Ready? Ah! Oh, gosh. That was a lot. No, it's all over me, Jimmy.
Going to get desert storm sickness.
Jimmy, is this stuff dangerous or toxic at all?
Yes, it is.
For humans or just dogs?
So it's supposed to be burnt up to get the toxic stuff out, but there's no flame, so now we just have chemicals.
So to be safer, we should light something on fire.
Yeah, that would
You
make
have
sense.
a fire. Okay, here, let me light something. Let me light you on fire, Darius. Hold on. No, it's flame proof. Look at that. I'm trying to light him on fire. He won't catch. Pretty good stuff, huh, Jimmy?
Wow. Pretty good.
All right, stay on set. Don't, because I don't want you tracking that everywhere. So just stay on set for the rest of the episode. So Jamaal Bowman, give us your finishing thoughts on fire safety.
Don't play with matches. Don't flick lighters. Don't spill gasoline either.
What do you think about that, JP?
I think he's a good congressman.
Don't mix ammonia and bleach, ammonia and alcohol. Don't do it.
Why?
Yeah, that's great.
Content's under
Get
pressure.
off set, Aiden. Show Aiden. Why are you on set standing there like that?
I was just going to make sure he knew about fire
Fired.
alarms.
Go over there until I need you. Go over there until I need
Fire
you.
alarm.
Darius, what does stay
Darius?
offset
No,
mean
these
to
are
you?
all-
We said the whole episode. We have you at the end of the episode doing the JP Sears impression. Do you remember that?
You're going to do an impression?
He's going to do an impression of you. You're going to hate it. Yeah. Wait till that part of the show, okay? Even Black Darius doesn't just come on set anymore. And look how good of a job. He's doing better than you. You're going to replace him soon.
Did you just... Darius is black?
Yeah, he is. You're black, right? Or Puerto Rican?
Well, paper sack brown.
Paper sack brown. That's his color?
Spring and summer, paper sack brown. In the winter, light skin.
Okay.
I didn't know that those were the shades.
Okay.
Wow. Okay, so
We also wrote another story.
and I hope this story isn't 2 minutes long, Jimmy.
No, it's only a minute. It's only a
Okay,
minute.
Thank goodness. The last one was so long.
So, JP, can you hear? Because you need to hear this one.
I can hear loud
So
and clear.
this was just a fun little thing I did before the show. I just wrote this one myself, actually. I said, Alex Stein and JP Sears accidentally start World War III. And this is what AI video came up with.
We thought this would be good clickbait because, we are about to have World War III and World War IV at the same time, which I'm kind of looking forward to because I have a bunch of Raytheon stock. But that's neither here nor there. So let's play the story that we wrote. Us, JP Sears and Alex Stein starting World War III.
This is a story called JP Sears and Alex Stein Start World War III. Comedians JP Sears and Alex Stein went on vacation to Israel. They got on the Jumbotron at Israel versus Palestine water polo match. However, a member of Hamas mistakenly thinks that JP Sears stole his wife's red-haired wig when, in reality, it's because JP Sears naturally has long red hair himself.
True.
When confronted by the Hamas terrorist member, Alex starts mouthing off to the terrorist and says, "My name is Alex Stein and you can't mess with me. I'm a pimp on a blimp."
I did say that.
When the Hamas leader heard the last name Stein, they issued a fatwa on the spot and took Alex hostage.
Yeah.
Alex's lawyer convinced the U.S. and its allies to nuke the Hamas households until Alex was
Thank you,
released.
John Gross.
Hamas then convinced China to join forces, and World War III started, and everyone died because Alex wouldn't shut up. The end.
It was beautiful.
It was beautiful. Kind of scary, though, that all that is probably going to be real. What do you think about World War III happening in the near future?
Not the biggest fan. I think Einstein has a quote that's worth remembering. He, in Einstein's sort of Einsteinian way, said, "I don't know what weapons World War III will be fought with, but I do know World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones."
Ooh.
Think about that.
Wow. And it's funny you say that. I don't know if I keep on saying it's funny you say that, but there's a video that's going viral where it shows the IDF fighting with Hamas soldiers, and they're literally throwing rocks at guys with AK-47s. So you think, hey, Einstein saying the Fourth World War is going to be with sticks and stones? Maybe in the Third World War that we lose all the guns and then we just go back to throwing rocks at each other.
Yeah, well, and it sounds like World War IV may have already started if they're throwing rocks.
Jimmy! Go buy more Halliburton stock right now. Put all the stock options, Halliburton, Raytheon, Boeing now. Tell whoever, Jordan Peter, who is that guy that did Wolf of Wall Street?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Call Leonardo DiCaprio and tell him we want to put all my money. I have $17,000 in crypto.
Okay.
I need to convert that and then buy some stock. Can you do that during the show?
I can absolutely do that. Can you just wait, say your social on air so I can put it into the bank?
769
Okay.
42
Okay.
3201.
Okay. Thank
Dude,
you.
that's actually mine.
And my grandmother's middle name?
Yeah,
Sylvester. All right,
Okay.
so now we have some clips to react to. This one is really, really good. You're going to love it. It is about trans abortionists. So let's play that clip.
The first trans woman to have a successful uterus transplant, ovaries and eggs included. And I want to be the first trans woman to have an abortion.
Talk about someone who has found meaning and purpose in life. Dude, I hope the mail comes so I can fall down the front steps trying to get the mail. Like, what the hell?
I'm be honest, I'm starting to get to the point where let's just send nukes. Let's just nuke it all, you know? I'm serious. Let's just nuke Palestine. Let's nuke Texas. Let's just all nuke. And then the people that survive are the rats that are, you know, underground, which we will be. Our audience is a bunch of chat rats. And so a lot of the audience that are watching this will survive. You will survive because you're off the grid, you're strong, you're fit. So yeah, I'm just ready. Let's just blow everything up. Okay, now let's play the next clip. This clip is going so viral. This woman, this poor young girl, and I'm actually a little empathetic to this woman because I think this actually kind of shows that gender roles are a lie and that the idea that every woman should be working their butt off and be a spinstress and not create a family, that's really not how we got here. I think we got here by being moms, creating families, being a good wife to a husband. But now we see these women that want to be girl bosses. Not always great for their mental health.
I know I'm probably just being so dramatic and annoying, but this is my first job, like my first 9-to-5 job after college, and I'm in person, and I'm commuting in the city, and it takes me fucking forever to get there. There's no way I'm gonna be able to afford living in the city right now, so that's off the table. Like, fucking duh! If I was able to walk to work, and it'd be fine, but I'm not. So it literally takes me, like, I leave here, like, I get on the train at 7:30, and I don't get home till, like, 6:15 earliest, and then, like, I don't have time to do anything. I want to shower, eat my dinner, and go to sleep. I don't have time or energy to cook my dinner either. Like, I don't have energy to work out. Like, that's out the window. Like, I'm so upset. Oh my God. Nothing to do with my job at all, but just like the 9-to-5 schedule in general is crazy. Being in the office 9-to-5, like if it was remote, you get off at 5 and you're home and everything's fine. But like, I'm not home. It takes me long to get home, and like people that drive to the office, like you don't get off at 5, and I know it could be worse. I know I could be working longer, but like I literally get off, it's pitch black, like I don't have energy. How do you have friends? Like how do you have time to like meet like a guy? I don't know. Like how do you have time for like dating? Like I don't have time for anything, and I'm like so stressed out, and I'm also getting my period, so that's why I'm a little emotional. But like, am I so dramatic? It's fine.
My God, I feel so sorry for her. I know she's going through. I'm on my period too.
I want my period. And that, I mean, first off,
I hate working. I hate jobs. I hate it. I just want to smoke cigarettes and steal. I love stealing. I hate working. I love going to Walmart at the self-checkout and stealing.
it was very emotional. It's like the ending of Old Yeller times 10. It's just, and I get it. She doesn't like living in free America, capitalism. I think she'd really enjoy Venezuela.
She would.
I hope she goes there. But
she wouldn't have to work.
My heart is touched.
Gosh, what an emotional clip, Jimmy. I'm a wreck now, dude. And honestly,
someone shit in my pants.
Oh, there is.
Someone did this to me.
Is there any Jimmy, did you make him sign the waiver? Because I think this stuff is toxic, because now my whole genital area is burning really bad wherever the powder touched. How are you feeling, Darius?
No, still refreshed.
Did any
He's
of the
not
fire
able to stand
extinguishers-
up anymore.
Yeah, his legs you've lost all power in your legs.
So he's paraplegic.
Are you paraplegic?
Not that I've noticed.
But we can probably get virtue signal points for having a paraplegic friend.
Yes, you need to. Do you have a wheelchair? Will you bring your aunt's wheelchair?
She doesn't have one.
But if you put her in a wheelchair, a little fucking, then she'll need one, and you could borrow it.
Yeah, you could kick her down the stairs, and then she'll need a wheelchair. You're gonna look into that?
Yeah, I'm gonna look into
Thank you for that.
That's
This is it. This is how we win the culture war. Black and white together. We love it. All races, black, white, ginger, all represented in one picture. Are these all three races, Jimmy? Or are there more?
No, that's just that. That's all three.
Oh, Chinese. Do we have any
Oh,
Chinese
shoot, I
people?
forgot about Chinese.
All right. Well, sorry for all the Chinese people watching. We do love you. We represent you. And we do think you are equal. And if we see you...
Speaking of Chinese...
Stop Asian hate.
Yeah.
This is my favorite thing. Did you know in China, the Shandong province, at the Foxconn factories, that the conditions for their employees are so poor that they had to build suicide nets because there were so many employees jumping off the roof at the Apple factory?
I've heard about that, actually, yeah.
Joe Rogan talks about it a lot.
Yeah, that's where I hear all my information.
I get everything from Joe. I wouldn't even know anything. And that's why I learned everything from Joe. You know, he taught me the earth is flat.
I'm glad you finally got the lesson. You seemed resistant to the science for a
I was
while.
against it. I was like, the ice wall's fake. The ice wall's fake now.
Nope.
Thank you, Joe.
Nope, look into it.
Look into it. Eddie
Educate
Bravo,
yourself.
you taught me, Joe. So this damn iPhone, I got one right here. We're addicted to it. Let's be real. We're all addicted to it. We're watching the live stream right now. But I'm not as addicted as these ladies. Now let's roll this tape.
Oh, shoot, I cut it off.
Well, it doesn't matter. So these are women. They're at a contest. Or were they in Bangladesh, Jimmy?
I think it was in, yeah.
And these are women. They're shaving their head for an iPhone. Now, you, JP, beautiful hair. We wanted to offer you this same thing. Now, if you shaved your head today, we don't have an iPhone to give you, but we do have a Samsung Galaxy with a cracked screen. Would you be willing to shave your head for that?
Well, let's negotiate. It's not an iPhone. It's a Samsung cracked screen. I feel like that's not worth my head being shaved. But, Manscaped sponsor, what if we shave my pubes?
Oh my gosh, Jimmy! Or go get the Manscaped razor. I'm about to shave JP's wiener.
Let's do it.
Before we do that, though, before he gets to Manscaped, now come on set, White Darius. I don't know why this was so hard. We had this bit. Grab the microphone. You're doing stand-up as JP Sears. So this is one.
Nice.
Oh, I know, but just hold it for comedic effect. So this is one of your biggest fans in the world. This is White Darius. He's an unregistered sex offender. He's not been caught yet, but he is a sex offender. And we're just trying to get him on the registry. He's a heck of a person. He's a heck of a fan of yours. And he wanted to tell a couple JP Sears-style jokes and do his JP Sears impression. So when I say action, go. Ready? Action.
JP Sears, you know, I'm a long time Ron Howard lookalike too, so I really get that.
Ron Howard lookalike? That's the joke?
Yes. Well, this is really hard.
I know it's hard. It's not supposed to be easy. Did you like that joke? He said y'all are both Ron Howard lookalikes.
I think you can go deeper into your soul and do better.
Yeah. Okay, next joke. Go into your soul. Go into your soul.
Deep into the inner soul of the mind of the vortex.
Go, hurry. The show's
Tie. Vibrational frequencies, vibrational frequencies. Come on, breathing in with me.
Do not
Breathing in with
come
me.
over here.
All right, we have the COVID lockdown.
No, do not talk about COVID and do your impression while I get my jock strap. Do it right now.
We have to feel the universe inside of us right now. Do you feel the vibrations? Do you feel the harmonic vibrations right now?
Yeah, but
Can you hear the vibration at the sea? Boop, boop. Am I getting the resonance frequency, everyone?
Nope.
Or should I go F sharp?
Yes.
I definitely hear that.
Oh my gosh.
These resonating frequencies, we can go between the dimensions.
Just
and we
stand
can
up. This
hear
is
more.
terrible. Now, this is what we do every episode. I'm training for a boxing match I have on November 4th. Now,
Who's that with?
with Mike Harrington. So we're going to show you how strong I've been training, and I've been mainly working on this part of my training.
Nice.
Hey, Aiden, move.
Ow, Aiden!
Wait. Aiden was standing in front of the camera. We didn't get JP's reaction. Can we do it again?
Oh, what? Oh,
Get over here.
all right. Now we focus
Like
in
it's
on
the first
there.
time I'm watching it.
You see how strong I am? Hit me again in the genitals. Ow! Gosh, that feels good. All right, that's enough. Get off set. Get off set. That one knocked the wind out of me.
Hey, JP, I have a joke. I asked ChatGPT to write me 10 JP Sears joke, and here's one that I liked. It said, what's JP Sears' favorite type of essential oil? Sarcastic lavender.
That's what it said, sarcastic lavender?
Yeah, literally, I printed it all out.
I mean,
Okay, I've got one more. Hey, the organization Queers for Palestine, that you have to be so dumb to be in that, you must go to Harvard.
No, change it to Princeton. It still
I like
sucks.
it. I kind of like it.
You like that one?
I like it.
I don't like when we gas up, Jimmy. Okay, do you have one more, Jimmy?
I got one more. The ChatGPT was pretty bad. No, I don't. You know what? I'm not going
Okay,
to
he doesn't have any more. JP, tell them the show's basically over. Tell the people where they can find Chomp Chomp Chomp, bravebooks.com.
Yep, you can find the new book at bravebooks.com and be honored if you checked it out.
Guys, go look at that book, especially if you have a kid. Don't buy one of these weird books that's going to teach them how to get, like, you know, a mastectomy or, you know, how to, like, bind their breasts or something like that. There are books like that. There's a lot of people that are going to a lot of school board meetings and reading these books, and the school board totally freaks out. So this is not one of those weird books. You could read this at a school board meeting without getting kicked out.
You absolutely can.
That's the kind of book I like. All right, guys.
Nope, caption contest winner.
Oh, who won the caption contest? Who won?
Well, let's bring up the original caption contest so we refresh everyone's memories. And the winner is number one. Pull that one. Number one! That got 41% of the votes. Thank you, Gary2124, who I blocked so you don't see that you won.
Yes, good. They're blocked. They don't even know that they won. That gives me satisfaction. All right, folks, this has been our show.
Alex, put your mic on.
Oh my gosh, my mic and my everything fell off. When Aiden hit me, he clipped some of my testicle, and I'm not even kidding, it actually hurt, that last one. And I think it might be bleeding. Oh, my balls hurt. All right, guys.
Well,
we end the show the same way every
Manscaped.
time, but I want to say this one thing. I know it's been a very comedic episode. Jimmy, I didn't even tell you about this. This is a sad thing. I don't want to ruin everything, but it was 2 years ago today. I lost my mother. I miss you, Mom. I love you, Mom. R.I.P. All right, let's end the show. Freestyle finale. Give me the mic. Where's the mic? Where's the mic? So it's prime time and Jamaal Bowman. How are you doing tonight? Yes, you know I am white. Got that stuff on your pants. Doing a freaky dance. JP Sears, have no fears. I don't care what you say. Darius is super gay. I'm a pimp on a blimp. And you know I like that shrimp. One more time. 99. And I'm inhaling some of that toxic fumes. Is the show over? Oh my God, I got a lot of that shit in my mouth. Ugh. Ooh, okay, get the vacuum cleaner. Stay on set. JP, that was